Due to NCAA restrictions, footage from the NCAA men's basketball tournament was not allowed on this week's web version of The Beat. Therefore, the following is an abbreviated episode. This portion of The Beat is brought to you by Memorial Hermann, official sports medicine partner of Texas A&M Athletics. Welcome back to The Beat on a historic night Sunday in Oklahoma City at the Chesapeake Energy Arena. Texas A&M defeats Northern Iowa by a final count of 92-88 in 2 overtimes, and the Aggies are now off to the Sweet 16. We have with us a couple of seniors right now, Alex Caruso, Daniel House. Congratulations in order for you guys first, and there's still more to go, but nicely done on Sunday night, fellas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alex, let's start with you over there. When you're down 12 and there's 40 seconds left, I know a lot of athletes have confidence, but at that moment, how do you find a reason to believe you can win the basketball game?
I mean, biggest reason is just for me and Daniel and then 2 other guys on our team. That could be the last minutes we play in college. So, I mean, that really is the biggest thing for me, just not wanting it to be over yet, just trying to find anything, any shot, any steal that we can get to try and keep it going.
Mm-hmm. Daniel, I think people have seen the numbers by now. First 35 minutes, you go scoreless in the game.
Yeah.
Last 5 minutes of regulation, then all of the overtime. Technically, it's the last 15 minutes of action. You score 22. What flipped the switch for you against Northern Iowa?
Like Alex said, it was potentially my last college game, and I didn't want it to go down the way it was going down from the first half. So, and then especially I wanted to just play hard for these guys because we all been playing hard for each other. So I just wanted to lay it all on the line, and my teammates did a great job of finding me in certain spots and making sure I got the ball, and I knocked it down.
Mm-hmm. One of the great plays made, I have to ask you about it, Alex. Admon Gilder with the final bucket of regulation to tie it. He had, I think it was Washburn trapped in the corner for Northern Iowa. Just his recognition to back off when the guy may throw it off his legs, to grab it, to take it to the hoop. That's a freshman that just made about as memorable a play as you're ever going to see in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, Admon was big in that last 40 seconds for us. He might not have got a lot of attention for that, but he came up with a couple steals, a couple baskets, and assists, a couple rebounds. I mean, he did it all in that 40-minute stretch. And by no means was that layup he made easy. He had to go around somebody and then throw it back up going to the left with his right hand. Tough finish, and just glad he made it.
Mm-hmm. Daniel, after the comeback, you still had to play in 2 overtimes. An extra 5 minutes didn't even decide this thing. How intense were those 10 minutes of play, knowing both the Aggies and Panthers didn't want a season to come to an end?
It was very intense. I mean, as you can see from the footage, like guys was making tough shots, diving on the floors for loose balls, going hard to the offensive glass and the defensive and going to the defensive glass. So it was just super intense, and just the playing through the first overtime and then having to go through another overtime. The anticipation was so high. Everybody was just so jacked, and I'm just grateful that we got the win.
Mm-hmm. Alex, it's never happened before in the history of college basketball, somebody coming back from down 12 with less than a minute again. Yeah. I would argue we'll never see it again. Yeah. Do you think that might be the case?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I don't think I talked to Dobbins after the game, and I was like, well, we're going to be able to tell like our kids and our grandkids about this 50 years from now. Like, hey, we were part of one of the greatest comebacks in the history of college basketball, if not basketball in general. So, I mean, that in itself is a crazy statement to be able to say, and just, I mean, we're just really fortunate that the things happened like they did, and we were able to come out on top.
You want to know a crazy thing about that, though? We got the 28 win in that fashion.
Yeah.
So that win meant a lot
School
to
record
us. Yeah.
at Texas A&M to get it that
Fitting.
way. You're right. You're right. All right. Well, you're going to go for a 29th in Anaheim, Sweet 16 round against the Oklahoma Sooners. What do you look forward to most when you go out west here, Daniel, and a chance to keep this thing going?
Just playing for 40 more minutes, especially playing with my brothers. Just to be able to put that Texas A&M jersey on and compete at a high level. So that's what I'm looking forward most to, and playing with these guys.
Daniel House, Alex Caruso, Texas A&M and Oklahoma in the Sweet 16 from the Honda Center in Anaheim. on Thursday night. We're back in a moment with more on this edition of The Beat from 12th Man Studios. Baseball on the plains of Auburn. It was anything but smooth sailing. The Tigers knocked the ball around the yard all weekend, but so did the second-ranked Aggies. Saturday, a doubleheader due to Friday rain. In the first game, A&M scored 4 runs in the top of the ninth to break an 8-8 tie. Mark Ecker on the mound helps them nail it down. A&M wins 12-8. Auburn kept swinging away, though, and they won the second game 9-7. Sunday, the finale and decider. The Aggies get 8 runs on 9 hits in the 4th inning. They get out to a sizable advantage, but they had to hold off the Tigers' rally late, and the Aggies win it 12-10. An offensive weekend, A&M takes the series 2-1 to start SEC play. Softball also opened up in conference versus 4th-ranked LSU. A&M came in with a number 10 national billing. In Game 1 Friday, the Aggies lifted 3 home runs, 2 of them by Torrey Vidalis, and they beat the Tigers 6-2. Game 2 went to LSU on Saturday by a final count of 6-1. In Sunday's deciding contest, the Aggies go back to hitting. On 9 base knocks, they beat LSU 9-5. A series win to start in the SEC over the number 4 ranked team in the country. All of it added to a spectacular week for Aggie Athletics. This portion of The Beat is brought to you by ASCO, your place for case construction equipment in Texas. Almost time to close out this edition of The Beat, but before we go, let's tell you about Texas A&M women's swimming and diving. They recently competed in their NCAA championships in Atlanta, and for the 4th year in a row, Steve Boltman and his team finished 4th. Yet another top 5 year for Texas A&M women's swimming and diving, truly becoming one of the elite programs in the entire country. Congratulations to them. One more reminder, Thursday night, 6:37 p.m., Texas A&M and Oklahoma in the Sweet 16 from the Honda Center in Anaheim. We'll cover it on the next edition of The Beat. So long, everybody.